Hey, what's up guys, Mashin here, come back with a brand new video. If you guys know, you might have noticed I made a video earlier. I've went ahead and taken down that one, and I've got a little bit more important information for this one. Now we know the sale has come out, but there's something I really need to share with you if you are from Europe. This is going to make a major difference on whether you invest now, later, or even get a right amount of capsules for the amount you're putting in. Now for this to truly make sense, we need to go back to Stockholm because we're talking about the euro here. Now obviously there have been some changes in the past 6 months due to currency exchanges and all that, but in Stockholm you could grab a capsule using the euro for 0.2. Now this is very important because this was actually more than 75% off. This ended up resulting in giving you about a 76.5% discount here, which does seem like a little bit of a margin, but necessarily speaking, and in terms of the euro here, it equated to the closest thing they could get. Now this is very important because now that we have had some changes in the currency, we come up to today where the euro is now 0.25 for one capsule. Now this is very important because this is a 25% increase in price from the Stockholm capsules to the Antwerp capsules here. Now it's quite obvious one of the major factors here is the currency issue between the US and the euro. It's not really an issue necessarily, but it's a big change considering that something has gone up 25%. The US dollar and the euro have been coming closer to a 1-to-1 ratio. Now they've started to spread apart a little bit, but this is very important because the capsules run on the US dollar. Therefore, the euro kind of loses out a little bit here, considering they now have to pay 25% more to obtain the same exact thing, which brings up to my point of don't buy off of the CSGO in-game shop as of right now if you're using the euro, in my opinion. I think you're definitely going to be doing yourself a disservice doing this. You're paying 25% more for the same exact capsule we saw in Stockholm. Now, I don't know if this is going to work out in a better or worse situation, but if you use something like a third-party site later down the line, you could probably go ahead and give yourself a little bit better of an exchange rate. Obviously, that's going to be a cash exchange rate, which is a little bit different than what we're working with here, but I think you're going to be doing yourself a lot better if you go through that route versus trying to buy off the actual in-game shop right here, because I feel like you're kind of just ripping yourself off knowingly buying these capsules when they are slightly more, considering the currency itself, especially for those in Europe, hasn't changed one bit. But since you're operating off the dollar, which has changed, you're going to be losing out on a decent amount of money, in my opinion. Now, the currency exchange is one thing, but the other big thing is Valve has really ripped you guys off in Europe with the current rate they have out there. These capsules were at a very similar price point, US versus euro, which is one thing, but the way that they price these has really hurt a lot of the people using the euro. I'm not sure if you caught that before, but it went from 0.95 down to 0.25, which is nowhere near 75%. 0.24 would have been 75%, or roughly as close as they could get, because I'm not expecting them to go into a long string of decimals to make it exactly 75%. That's not even something they do for the US capsule here, because we actually see a 74.75% sale, which is one thing, but here for the euro, you're actually seeing less than 74% off. Specifically, I believe you're seeing a 73.68% off, which is a very big difference from the advertised 75% off, and considering there are going to be some currencies that do get above a 75% off and are buying it for a little bit cheaper than 25 cents, the euro is definitely the biggest loser for the Antwerp sale here. Now, to overall wrap this one up, because I do want it to be a little bit of a shorter video, this is just something you should be aware of if you're going to be using the euro moving forward. Just know that you are not going to be getting the best rate for your money. Your money hasn't gone down this significantly in value, but because we're working off the US dollar here, you are getting sucked into it. But as always, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.